Hello, mathematicians. Today's video is on simplifying fractions. Another word for simplifying is reducing. So let's get right into it. Let's say we want to simplify or reduce the fraction 8/12. Well, what we want to do is basically make an equivalent fraction, but instead of growing the numerator and the denominator up to bigger numbers, we want to reduce each of these numbers to something smaller. So the thought process you go through is, what number can I divide both an 8 and a 12 by? And if you can, you want to pick the biggest number that is possible to do this with. So let me think about that. You think about it too. They're both even, so they could both be divided by 2. But if I go a little bit higher than that, I'm noticing that I could divide both of them by 4. So 8 divided by 4 is going to be 2, and 12 divided by 4 is going to be 3. And so the simplified and equivalent version of 8/12 is going to be 2/3. Now, if you mess up, it's not really a mess up. If you would have done 8/12, and say you didn't realize that you could divide by 4. Maybe you thought, I'll do 2. Let's see what happens. So if you divide the numerator and denominator by 2, 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. You have to look at that answer and ask yourself, can I go any further? Well, you're left with these two even numbers, so you could definitely divide by 2 again. And 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. And of course, 2 and 3, the only number you could divide both of those by is 1. And dividing by 1 isn't going to change the look of 2/3, so we'll end there. And you can see that you're going to get the same answer either way. So sometimes if you don't pick the biggest number you can divide by, you might have to do more than one step. If you get the biggest number you can divide by, then you're going to get it in one step. Okay, let's just do one more. Let's do 25/40. Let's simplify that. So we're looking for a number we can divide by, the biggest number we can divide by. And if you're thinking what I'm thinking, I notice that 25 ends in a 5 and 40 ends in a 0. So I definitely know they can both be divided by 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5. 40 divided by 5 is 8. Now I'm looking at 5 and 8 and asking myself, can I go any further? The only number I can divide both of those by is 1. So I'm finished, and I'll circle 5/8 as my reduced version of 25/40. Now, if you watched my last video, I used the same examples basically. So you see how 8/12 reduces to 2/3. Well, in the last video, we saw that 2/3 can be grown up to 8/12, just like 5/8 can be grown up to 25/40. So creating equivalent fractions and simplifying fractions are actually reverse processes of one another. So I thought that's just an interesting thing to notice. Okay, thanks for watching, and happy trails to you.